customer insight ended up being that dark horse which ran the longest. And I think for those of you who followed the developments at the last Mobile World Congress, which is before that, when WhatsApp got a valuation of 16 billion, jumped into 19.6 by the time all the stock and cash options had been declared. The simple little answer to the question of why did Facebook value it at that was Facebook is something you do twice a day, whereas WhatsApp is something that consumers do twice every hour. So for somebody to value customer engagement at that level is an insight I would like to transfer to you, that my experiences with launching products for 3G, mobile education. We launched our wallet or the MRB wallet, which done extremely well for the trust that the brand brings to the marketplace. It's a domestic remittance product that is going to now the person to merchant and beyond that into a full-fledged B2B wallet, something that some of you might get to use in time to come. But the most important thing I'd say to you is look at all those opportunities where your organization can connect with your customers or your people in the field who are in touch with customers to realize real-time moments of truth. Somebody just said that, Amit, I guess, spoke up when the survey was done, saying, I need information in real time. I watched the hospitality show ET Now Saturday, this last Saturday, when the panel sat there discussing, saying, what does hospitality mean? And they said hospitality needs to move the needle with mobile apps in the same direction as the airlines. Because they don't know, for a large hospitality chain to get a product price of an F&B menu out to all its participating hotels could take 30 days. Whereas the marketer says, I need it to go out tomorrow morning. I think you need, as IT managers, to realize the moment that Vijay spoke about, the two big moments, the aspirational moments, to identify those areas. And it's all in the hands of IT, really. Because I call the last decade or the last 5 years, at least in India, completely belong to engineers, as you just said, who had a little bit of a background into coding, who weren't so paranoid about how to approach IT solutions or technology solutions. I think you can live your organization's aspirations as IT managers, as admin people who've been looking at acquiring these lines, PRIs. I'd say that as thoda aur wish karo, you should do that a little bit and talk to organizations who can help you benefit from reaching your customers, who can help you simplify your work processes, and who can help you connect with your employees and customers in a manner that you wish you could, but you don't know how to. The solutions are much, much closer than you think.
Right. Right, Chad, thank you so much for this. So I'll go back to the first poll that we just took, and surprisingly, it was a surprise to me at least. IoT came out 33.3%, 25% was mobility. Now, since it was at 25%, so for every technology adoption, and I'm sure people sitting here would agree, while you always have the big drivers to adopt a certain technology, there are always some challenges as well. So before I take your inputs in that, I'd probably like to take a quick live poll 3, if it could be there on your app, please. I can read the questions out for you. The question goes, what is or would be your biggest concern in adopting enterprise mobility? And the options are devices, cost, security, and reliable connectivity. These are your 4 options. If you could kindly go down to your app, that will help us set the context in terms of what are the big barriers to adoption as far as mobility is concerned.
Downloads were actually at the beginning of the session was about 118,
poll is there, and first point that I'd like to point out here is it's very encouraging to see that cost is definitely not your biggest deterrent. But that's something that I usually get from a lot of people, that it's too expensive. So definitely cost is out here. But what is concerning, I think, like for a lot of technologies, is security comes on top. Connectivity issues, likely to be understood, yes, is again a big problem. Devices and cost really don't seem to be the biggest problem. Sharad, I think you would be the best guy to answer this.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you have any questions, we'll be more than happy to take them one-on-one as well. In case you do, please raise your hands and we'll take it up.
Yeah, I think it should be extremely interactive. The whole purpose with the 2 weeks is to kind of liberate your fears and try and see how we can reach you to your goal. But looking back here, security as 44%, there are so many flavors to this. Are you worried about your information that is exposed over the mobile to be hacked or misused? Because some of these matters need to be a little more explicitly defined. Or alternately, are you concerned that you will not be able to manage the security aspects of access of that data which is opening up from the mobile? Let me try and pick up a few of these. Most apps that you're using will access your back office data in much the same manner as your PC. They will access it over HTTPS. So when these apps are built in today's systems, including Androids, iOSs, and Windows operating systems, they are already ready. I have to give you a little bit of an analogy just to settle some of the issues of. When I was selling billing systems at one point in time, and we used to look at hosting, let's say 700 gigabytes of data, and we used to call it large. I'm talking about 2004. And some microsystems, 1.6 gigahertz processors were, the lions, and they could do really big things. 10 years later, nothing much has changed in how you handle data, but that same 1.6 gigahertz is firing up your phone, most likely. Amongst people out here, very likely that you carry phones that have that power. They have all the bells and whistles that you need to handle security in much the same way as your computer does. So I'm not necessarily sure what you had in mind when you had the security concern. Don't be concerned about access. Not only can you securitize what is going on the air, but also you can securitize completely who has right to access what data, from which phone, from which IMEI. Like you have the MAC ID on your computer, you have the IMEI on the phone, we recognize it. So you can control who has what access from which device. It's completely secure over the air, and it's reaching back to your servers in exactly the same manner as a remote connected PC. You can control who's doing what, you can measure it. So I'll be very, very happy to take a question on if somebody wants to specifically say, this is my concern on security.
Okay. We'll be more than happy to take it up eventually also.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah, we can keep the, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the connectivity piece in today's date with 2G, 3G, 4G coming around, I think we have connectivity solutions not just for making your employees reach you, but we also have connectivity solutions to make data free for your customers who you want should reach you. So if you wanted for us to make a little URL for you completely free of charge, we could do that for you, so as to ensure that customers who are trying to reach you can reach you.
Right, sure. Thank you. Shubhata, my next question probably is to you, because when it comes to Pulkit and Vincent, they're a company which is very heavily invested in technology, and their technology is the base, that's the foundation. Yours is a law firm, right? A different set of things altogether. So when a company like yours, or your role becomes very pivotal as far as technology deployment is concerned, because for every technology adoption, you have to invest some money, right? So you as a CIO has to, justify every penny spent or every dollar spent. How do you make a strong case for adoption, say, be it for the social platform, mobile platform, or for the tagging that you just did? How do you ensure that your management gets you the money that you need to deploy these technologies?
I'll start from the mobile.
Please.
Lawyers, as you know, when they talk to a client, the billing starts.
Right.
The
Has
billing,
it started?
the meter starts. I'm not a lawyer.
Okay.
I'm a technologist. I took out the billing things and the time sheet, which the lawyers used to log in the normal course of time
Right.
from the finance guy. And then I thought that most of the time when they do have a telecon, they forget it because might be they are in the court or out of office or somewhere in the hotel or somewhere,
Right.
listening or something. That time they forget that they had a telecon also with the client.
Right.
When they come back, they just forget and they do not put it in the time sheet. So that amount of money is lost to the company.
Right.
What I did was I didn't do much. There are many applications. I just enabled one application whereby any lawyer in our firm has got the number stored in his contact list. So whenever a call comes in or he makes a call, it just after the end of the call, it says, is it billable, non-billable? If it is billable, then there is a application which is connected to the ERP, which just takes it. The moment he's back to the office, it prompts him that you had a conversation, you had marked it as billable, will you fill in something?
Right.
This is one of the examples where I convinced and everybody was happy because
Right.
money flowed in.
Right.